Hi, my name is Kat from Owling Dog. I love creative arts and restoring old furniture and other items. The time you spend watching this channel is appreciated. I hope you subscribe and like these videos, which helps circulate the content. Feel free to drop a comment. All of these are appreciated. Well, let's go see what's in the barn. This video is part of the Unique Antique Challenge for bare wood hosted by the Crafted Creation New Renaissance. I got this little cabinet made by Hanson Clock Co, who in business from the 1920s to around 1967. This is a display piece smoking cabinet that has a unique design where the drawers are false and the door swings open to reveal the inner cabinet. My son will use it as a little bar in his office. I refinished it a few months ago by bleaching some stubborn stains on top. The rest was in good condition, and I wanted to change the handles, which I admit almost did me in. This was my greatest challenge. Thanks for letting me participate. And the new handles, I think, are going to fit it much better. So they're a copper color. And yeah, so I'm going to measure it out for the new handles and then fill the old holes and stain them so they're invisible in case someone takes the handle off. And yeah, it's a cute little cabinet. So the way I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to have to fill the holes first because the width is just slightly different. I'm not sure if you can see that. You see how close it is. This is 2 1/4 spread. This is 2 1/2. So yeah, rather than like slide one hole into the other, I'm going to fill the old holes first. Yeah, so I think that's the best idea. Let's do that. So what I have available is the Elmer's Golden Oak, and I actually have some stains that Colin had a long time ago, and I'm going to add some of those old stains, and we'll make the finish right. Oops. Unfortunately, I went about this ass backwards, having refinished it a bit before I attempted to change the handles. Now, I just didn't measure the spacing between the handles, between the screws, before I started refinishing. And so I have ended up kind of taking off my finish from earlier, which wasn't my plan. I probably work even more by feel than I do by sight. Now, even though these are going to be hidden by the new handle, I want them to be smooth. Or just a damp towel. This is 4-aught steel wool. So I think I just put a teeny bit. So here's what I did. I took a chip brush and used a pair of scissors. It wants to focus on the and trimmed it up a little bit. So I've been working on this. You know, it's interesting. All I was going to do was change the handles. And it just turned into kind of a big thing. This isn't too bad. I don't know if you can see in the light. The light isn't that great in here. But I sprayed it once with some shellac because unfortunately I had to sand it down a bit, and I took off the finish that was on there. Originally this piece really needed nothing except for the top. Needed to be sanded down a bit, and I bleached the top. I used oxalic acid a few times on the top because there were some water stains, and it took, you know, it worked out really well. I didn't stain it. I left it the natural color and just put some shellac on it and some wax. And the rest of it I just waxed. I'll sand it with a steel wool, try a little different color on the gel stain, and then hopefully I'll just put another coat of shellac on, and that will be it. This side I'm just going to give a light sanding with my 4-aught steel wool. Then I'm going to do an entire coat of shellac to see if I can get the whole finish to look the same. I just don't want to I don't want to remove the finish. I want to be really careful with it, so, because it looked good. And my new handles are going to cover these on this side. On the back, it's not going to cover it. And what I did was I got a back plate. I ordered a back plate that hasn't come yet. And then I realized that I won't be able to use the back plate because when I make the holes for the new handles, the back of it is going to show, so it's going to interfere with the attachment of the back plate. So I don't know. I'm going to have to play with this finish quite a bit more on the back. But it needs to look finished. It needs to have a nice finish because it's a finished product on the inside. So anyway, let me get started. I don't even really want to tell you how I did this. I sort of fake made a template just to judge how far away it was, like from side to side. But I gave up. I am just not good at doing new handles and re-drilling holes. I have a hard time every single time, and I don't have my usual tools with me. Not that I have a lot of fancy tools at home, but I don't have anything here. And you know, the boys have manly tools, but most of them are real large, and they just don't fit this little cabinet. And so I did the best that I could. I eyeballed it. I didn't record it because I figured I would get a lot of negative comments about how I was doing it. You can see that it did bite off some of the veneer, but it doesn't really show. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take down the surface a little bit with some fluoride steel wool. I'm just going to rough it up. I'm going to go over it with some shellac. I did take a little nick off the inside, so I have to fix that. So I turned a little heat on in here, and this is not the living room anymore, but my son's shop. So I didn't want to spray shellac in the house, and it's too chilly. It's actually raining outside. So I'm gonna give it a few shots out here, and yeah, let's see how that goes. Just a paper bag. So here is close to where we started.